Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment. You can listen to The Mike O'Mara Show at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Well, what have we here?
It's a podcast.
Fine.
And what excitement we have today.
It's The Mike O'Mara Show with Mike O'Mara and Rob Spiewak. And now, here's Rob.
Are you shocked that I remembered to play the Here's Rob tape?
Hey, I'm glad. I thought it was Here's Rob, but it wasn't the bonus show.
No, you're right.
Here we are on a Tuesday night. You can let anything go.
Good. Good.
Because I think we should go with Iran's policy. Iran's statement is the policy of this show. That we have a surprise tonight that the world will remember for centuries.
I thought this show was the surprise. You do a lot of producing stuff behind my back I don't know about. I thought perhaps you were speaking to the Iranians, and this is, ta-da, here we are. I love the way Carla put it. Get the show 12 hours early.
Right. I don't know if you saw it. They blew up their TV studio over there.
Yes.
We now have to fill that role.
And
we're broadcasting in Iran.
We will take care of all things that are involved there. We've already got a good crowd running around in the chat room. Thank you all for joining us. We appreciate it. Josh and I are messing around with this Tuesday night, actually Wednesday show format, and we're really digging it. And I hope you are too.
Yeah. I think the evening gives a different vibe.
It does. It really, really does. And also it allows people on the left side of our country to hear it at a more reasonable time, not 5 a.m. So That's good. That's good. I wanted to start off today. We've got some stuff planned for you, including some beautiful video. But as you know, this Saturday at 12 noon Eastern time is going to be an hour under the tower. Now, I sent off for the tickets for us and the arrangements. And, it's never been a problem in the past. Jeff Zindran is a super good guy. We had a long interview with him as an extra. He's a wonderful promoter for the park and a fan of us. And I found out today he was let go with the merger. Yes, with the merger of Six Flags and Cedar Fair. They cut 10% of their employees.
Oh,
and I thought, sure.
Did he put in our paperwork before he left?
Well, we're getting to this. This is the disco part of the roller coaster score.
Well,
he was very apologetic, but I was worried. I thought with a 10% cut, I thought that would be mostly, ride operators and French fry jockeys and stuff like that, right? No, it was him.
Well, I can understand. No, you know what happens? When you do mergers and closures, you do get rid of managers.
I suppose.
But he seemed like there would be people under him to let go.
Well, he was supremely nice. He got back to me today and he told me, what went down. And, for a guy that's looking for a job right now, how great is it that he's apologetic that he can't send us tickets? So he reached out to, now this is where it gets funny, the communication manager for Six Flags East. So this is a powerful person.
Oh, all right. Six Flags, they've got those down here.
Yeah.
We could hit Atlanta.
They're all over the place. And this lady was so cool. Jeff, bless his heart, said, this was an arrangement we had before I was let go. Can you honor this? And they said yes. And I got a guy emailing me now who is going to be there. And I mentioned that we're going to be taping some stuff. Now, here's where it gets great.
All right.
They're giving us an exclusive King's Dominion employee as our escort while we tape. So
will he hold the camera for us?
He probably will. And I told him, I said, this is a lot of hassle for you guys. All we're really going to be doing is talking among the three of us and maybe some of our listeners. And he said, okay, that's fine. And I said, and we need to see the food. And he said, okay. And I said,
is this also a front of line?
This is what I'm hoping. This is what I'm hoping. And they do have that policy there. So
yeah, it's like the Make-A-Wish kids.
Exactly. Well, I don't know that any Make-A-Wish kids would make a wish for KD. But
you told them we are recording this on our phones. This is going on the internet.
I said a small recording rig is what I said because I didn't know what you had planned. And I wanted to cover us in all instances. But this is going to be cool because he will be with us, escorting us, I think ostensibly to keep us out of causing trouble. But it's going to
Yes.
be so great to have a badge on our side to walk around. And
Yes.
I asked, I know they're very specific on the rules for Twisted Timbers, but some of the older coasters, I'm hoping we can tape while we're on them. I'd love to do that.
I was
Yeah.
planning on that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was planning on doing it without asking permission. Now we've got a guy with us.
Yeah, well, they kind of, I think that maybe when you go up a level, they get a little more concerned. And, we're
This
going to
is-
behave ourselves. It's fine. It's no big
This
deal.
is great. You have worked your way with this King's Dominion connection now through multiple people to now it's an East Coast connection.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
if this goes well,
Who knows?
who knows? We got to see what else they've got going on. We can get this new person on the show and keep expanding it.
Exactly. He seems like a really nice guy based on what he wrote. And he said he just wants it to be super easy for us. And as you know, it's this Saturday, which is the 21st of June, 12 noon under the Eiffel Tower at King's Dominion in Doswell, Virginia, 16,000 Theme Park Way.
All right. Now the listeners, you
Yes.
can't make us look stupid.
No, you
we have
gotta
an
come.
escort now. Someone's got to show up.
Come. You
We
have
need
to
someone.
come. Yeah.
If
And
not,
keep
we're going to be telling Robert to go pay people to come up and pretend.
Now, you see, here's the beautiful thing is that worst case scenario, it's still me and you and our families at King's Dominion. That's not bad. But
Yeah.
the best case scenario is people show up and make it look like we've got some oomph to our show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Now I understand this is out of the blue and not usual. This is not Jimmy's. This is not a show at the Improv downtown.
Right.
This is not the House of Blues. This is a theme park. And it is, as you know, if you listen to the program, my favorite place in the world. So if you can come down there at noon under the Eiffel Tower this Saturday, oh God, we'd love to see you. And then once
Yeah.
we wrap up the taping, we'll ride rides together, turkey legs, and the ice cream of the future.
And you got to
Dippin'
make
Dots.
us look like big deals.
Oh,
because
yes.
this escort is going to report back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is important. This is
So
important.
you got to come up excited to see us, take pictures.
Yeah. I'm
Ask-
already
and-
going to wear the hat. I'm going to wear my TMOS
Here's-
hat so we look good.
Exactly. Here's the move.
Yeah.
When you come up and find us,
Mm-hmm.
ask the escort to take a picture of you with us.
Or alternately, ask the escort if it would be okay to ask for an autograph.
Yes, yes. Can I bother them?
Can I bother them? Because I know
Yes.
they're working. That's it. Also, for our escort, I wanted this is probably best set off the air, but why not since we're here? Do you have a TMOS hat we can bring him? A piece of swag?
I do.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
He can have
Good.
my red Make TMOS Great Again hat.
Well, let's not call it that, but
Okay.
but we will show up in our fine TMO's finery, and
Yes.
we really do hope you see you there. And you know what? This could become an annual thing because
An
I'm there
annual thing?
anyway.
It sounds like a thing in multiple cities and multiple amusement parks.
You're right.
We'll
we
come
really
to
should
you.
we should hit Largo before they shut that one down.
Yeah, we're running out of time.
I was talking to someone today about it, and they said Six Flag merged with Cedar Fair. I said, yeah. They said, what's Cedar Fair? I said, it's the company that owns or owned King's Dominion and Kings Island and a few other properties. And they said, but Six Flags is closing down the one in Largo. It used to be Wild World.
Yes.
And they said, what is that about? I said, well, I don't know if you know this. They disassemble and sell roller coasters
Right.
park to park. And this is a lady, and very
Yeah.
nice lady named Anne.
Superman's
That-
going someplace else.
Yeah, and it might be rethemed as something else. Who knows? But I told her, I said the King Cobra, which was the first upside down coaster at King's Dominion, had a long life in Ocean City. I think is it Trimpers? Is that what it's called? The rides up there?
I don't know Trimpers.
Well, it's something like that. And Trimpers had it for
You
a while,
mean
and then I
the
think
end
it
of the
ended up-
boardwalk?
Yeah, it lived there for a while, and then I
Okay.
think it went to India. But roller coasters are constantly being taken apart and sold and going. And always know this: the greatest name of a roller coaster manufacturer is the Philadelphia Toboggan Company. Isn't that great?
Yeah,
But-
because it's a nice traditional name.
Yeah, I like
And,
it. I like it.
Rob, we have until November 2nd to hit up Six Flags Largo.
Let's
so
go
maybe
there
Halloween.
on November. Exactly. But you know what? Here's the thing: I don't like the scary stuff when they do like the.
All right.
Like the haunt. But if
But-
that's our choice, that's our choice. That's fine.
November 2nd going on the actual last day.
That would be fun.
Could be fun too.
Yeah. You could be the last person on Superman.
Yeah.
You could buy the
Is it
last.
still called that? Does Six Flags still have DC rights?
I think it does. I think that my goal will be to go to Six Flags over Largo or whatever it's called on the last
Wild
day
World.
and purchase the last Dippin' Dot. That's what I want. The last little
The ice
crystal
cream of the
ice cream.
future did not save it.
It did not. But in any case, maybe that closing down the sort of streamlining of the Six Flags idea will make KD a better park, if such a thing is possible. But anyway, so we are actually embraced by management. We have an escort.
Love it.
I've asked for a food tour because I got to get my blue ice cream. I got to get my funnel cakes and, of course, a turkey leg.
Rob,
Now,
you might have just taken it to the whole next level because
Why?
now that we build the relationship of this, then all we got to do is tell Disney and Universal, hey, look what Six Flags is doing for us.
exactly.
Where's our escort?
We can leverage this into something
Exactly.
very, very big.
Correct.
But it's going to be a lot of fun. And I really appreciate the fact that they did. I mean, I know that they're basically giving us a babysitter, but I appreciate the fact that they're embracing what we're doing and he said he wants it to go easy like a breeze for us. I said, that's great. That's cool. So we're all excited about that. And the food tour, it's going to be great. That's going to be TikTok friendly.
Yes.
Rich
Yes.
for TikTok.
This will be great.
Yeah. So,
Hey, we can always use TikTok content.
yeah, and so they said, how many tickets did you need? And how many are on your crew? I said, 3 on our crew and 3 extra tickets. Cause I guess the crew is you, me, and Robert, right?
Yes, that would be the crew. And some late changing things today that I might be coming alone
Oh my gosh, really?
because my wife got transferred departments today and found out that she'll have to be in a different department starting next week. So we're trying to figure out if she has to stay down here for training.
Is it Six Flags that she
It's
got
not Six
transferred
Flags.
into?
It is a different department in the same grocery chain.
Oh, I understand. Okay, well, no matter what, the tickets are waiting for us. I have 2 parking passes for us.
All right,
And
good. I'm parking.
whether or not they give us things like the speed pass with the escort or the food passes are awfully good. Love the Coca-Cola wristband. We'll see where we stand when we arrive.
I'm excited to see how much you can bully the escort
I
and
want to
get
be,
us a little bit more.
you know I will, but in a
I
friendly
know.
way. In a friendly
This will be
way.
fun. I
It will
can't
be
wait.
good.
So join us
that's-
Saturday.
Yes, Saturday at King's Dominion. I imagine some people will be there anyway because it is a perfect day for it. Weather is going to cooperate. And I do have to say this. The standard rules of operation at KD is if you spot me, I'll buy you a turkey leg. Well, since we're announcing our location and the time we're going to be there, turkey leg rules do not apply. So I'm sorry.
Right. Not there.
Not there. Now, you know, one time I really was recognized there for a turkey leg. And do you know what he recognized? Not me, Birkenstocks. He saw my Birkenstocks and he said, that must be Rob. And he came up to me in the International Food Pavilion.
That's not something you tell the guy. You don't
No.
say, hey, I thought it was you. And then I saw the Birkenstocks and I knew.
That was a lead pipe cinch. And was I embarrassed? Yes, I was. But what do you do? What do you do?
It's sometimes people speak a little too much, a little too honest.
Yeah. Well, you know, honesty can be a good trait. You're very honest. I love that. I love that.
Well, it's that trait where the listener believes they are in on the show too.
Yes.
So they will take those stabs at you as well.
Mm-hmm. And I can take that unless they're a real dick. Then, you know,
Right.
then none of them.
No, I'm fine with them.
Yeah.
Everybody loves my hair. I can
your
ignore
hair.
all those attacks.
Did you notice that I did a fake giveaway that was not only the turkey leg, but also a jar of your hair product?
I did
That was-
not notice that.
I did that. Yes. What hair product do you use? Because it's really it does the job.
That's a good question. I
Thank
don't know.
you. You don't know what
I
you
have no
use?
idea. I'd have to go get it out of the bathroom.
Is it a gel?
I
Is it a
had-
mousse?
It's a clay. It's a clay.
That's good.
And-
like caveman used to use.
And I know I had one and it was made by Harry's. And then I left that one in Italy.
Harry's
so-
makes a good clay. I like when I had hair, I used it. Yeah.
So I let me find this photo. from me on the airplane coming back from. I was coming back from Italy, and for
Yes.
some reason, or back from London at this point, and I did not care about anything. I just was ready to get home.
You were weary.
I went into the bathroom on the airplane and looked in the mirror and said, I look like a homeless person.
Oh no, Josh. Oh no. That's
I look
horrifying.
homeless.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
you
I did
do.
not have my hair product. And I said, I have to take a selfie because I look so bad.
Go back to it for 1 second because
Yes,
there's
you
one thing I
can.
want to point out.
The bathroom.
There's such a sadness in your eyes.
Yes. I'm like, I could have made so much money just sitting on the curb.
Yes, you really could have. Anyway, I'm glad you're back and I'm glad your hair looks right.
Yes.
And
So
I'm
yes,
glad that
I'll let
Mark
you know
Brendan-
the product. It's what my barber. I went to the barber on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because I said I need cleaned up, and I bought whatever product they had there.
I like that the reaction to the photo was Mark Rendon, OMG. Yeah, they're quite taken with it. And I love a well-constructed mix-up of things that are going on in the show. Thank you, Germinator Highlights, I guess that's your name, who says, are the wives joining or will Carrie send a card via Temu?
Did you ask?
I haven't yet because,
Okay.
we don't have Mike
No.
till Thursday.
Yes.
But yeah, I still have the card and it was never from Temu. If anything, it was from Target and maybe like it's not called DoorDash, whatever their delivery pickup thing
Yeah,
is. So
yeah.
we'll see about that.
I told you one of my favorite things that I picked up in Italy was I've never had lemon soda before.
Yeah.
And I got
that's
some.
awesome. Mhm.
Wife picked some up from Aldi and their brand, and it's outstanding.
Is
so
it
now
really?
I've got a new favorite drink. Yeah.
What's the brand?
It's the Pure Aqua Italian sparkling flavored beverage imported from Italy.
Wow. Is it costly?
16% lemon juice. I have no idea. There was a 6-pack in the fridge. I don't know what they cost.
16% is good. That'll give you actually some decent vitamin
Yeah.
C.
It tastes
That's more That's more lemony than lemonade right there.
it tastes exactly like the lemon soda I had in Italy. I love
That's
it.
so cool. That's so cool. Do you think it would be better in a glass or do you like it out of the can? Because sometimes a soda like that, it opens up in a glass. Hate to talk like an old alcoholic, but
I don't think I've tried it in a glass yet.
All
I think I even had it in a can over there.
okay.
So
Very
I'll have
good.
to give that a test.
Pia Broderick, who is often in our chat room, says, iPhone told me Cake and Cookies dropped a podcast. Yes, that's true. So
I saw
go
that.
grab it. Thank you. Also this week, besides your lemon soda,
Yes.
and you know what? As a curveball, I bought root beer this week. So
Well, that's my biggest food takeaway from Europe.
is the soda?
That's my favorite. Yes.
Okay. Did you have any other sodas you liked over there? Because we joked, I did Coke. Even Coke tasted a little different. Like it might be made
Coke
with real
was more
sugar.
like a Mexican Coke. It was more
Okay.
pure sugar.
Very good.
The Fanta
Did you run
made
into the? I'm sorry. Did you run into the Diet Coke as Coca-Cola Light? Are they still doing that over there?
Oh, I do not know. I did
Okay.
not pay attention to that. My son kept getting Fanta, and Fanta would crack me up because
Nazi
it's not
soda.
bright. It's not bright orange like it is in America.
Oh, because of the
And
colorings.
So it's the
fake-
first time he poured it into a glass, and it's like a yellowish color. He's like, "What's wrong with this?"
It's turned. It's
fine.
spoiled. Yes.
Right. That's what he assumed it was.
That's pretty. Now, I don't have time to go into it now, but if you ever want to Google it, Fanta is Nazi soda.
Yes, I am familiar with that.
No need to get into all that now. There's so many dark stories that we can ignore. Now, you finally finished the Pee-wee documentary.
I did. Now,
And it was called Pee-wee Herman as himself, I think. Is that right?
yeah, Pee Wee Herman himself, I think.
And it was on which streamer? Because I watched it a while
Max.
ago. It was on
It
Max.
was on Max.
Okay.
I think
Did
it
you
came
like
out
it?
about a month ago.
Yeah, it's a two-parter.
I loved it, and I know we were going to talk about it like a month ago, and I
Right.
didn't finish it. I don't even know if Mike ever got around to it,
Mm-hmm.
but I loved it. I don't understand why it was broken into 2 parts because it should have been a 6-parter.
Yeah, there was
'Cause-
plenty to go with.
And there were 2 episodes, and they were like an hour and 45 minutes each.
I know it was long, but it was great. I think when they did the documentary on Gary Shandling, I think that was another 2-parter
Okay,
long form. So maybe they're using that as a template.
now
But what a complicated guy.
it was, yeah. And
Wow.
my background, I don't know where your background was with Pee Wee. For me, it was a kid watching. First introduction was watching Playhouse as a kid,
Right.
and then from that finding Big Adventure.
I found Big Adventure in the theater. I went with my dad twice to see it. We thought it was the greatest thing we'd ever seen. And there was a wonderful article. I mean, back in the days when you'd like clip articles and give them to people. My dad gave me an article back in the day comparing it to some of the great surrealistic films of the 50s in Europe, like the dream sequence when his bike is taken away.
Yeah.
If you look at it again, I mean, I saw it when I was 12 and I thought it's a nightmare. But if you look at it, it's really frighteningly done and well done. And it's a great.
And how many movies can you look at that you loved as a kid like that, and now you can watch in your 40s, 50s, and you still enjoy it? There's very few.
There's a weird line he walks about appealing to kids and appealing to grown-ups.
Right.
And sort of that hip wink at the camera, like we all know what's going on. But he took it to the next level with Playhouse. Playhouse to me is an amazing piece of work every episode. Crazy.
Yeah, and it's what every kids movie tries to do now, where they try to do like winks for the adults. And this was just built in. And I found it interesting because part of why it took me so long to watch is when I presented it to my wife.
Yeah.
That she just knows him as the creep guy because she's 7 years younger than me. So she never watched Playhouse. She never saw Big Adventure. She just knows this is the guy that got caught in the adult movie theater.
Yeah. And that's a shame. I mean, I don't endorse that kind of activity. And I think it was sort of hazy in its arrest and all. There was a lot of details that might not have been 100%. It was very sexy copy at the time. Pee Wee Herman caught in a movie theater doing what he was doing, and it was easy to go. But when you watch him,
covered differently nowadays.
Oh gosh, yeah,
than it was back then.
And the way, he handled it pretty smart by like going into hiding. Yeah. And then coming out, I was at the MTV Awards when he came out and he said, "Heard any good jokes lately?"
Yes.
Like 4 months later.
It was
That's
great.
Exactly the way to handle it.
No. And that's why his career then continued, not as Pee Wee, but he got all these other roles because he handled all of that properly.
He was great in the second Batman with Michael Keaton. He was the father of the Penguin, I guess. And then, I mean, he touches so many bits of show business that you don't realize growing up. He was on the Gong Show. He was in the Blues Brothers. He was doing all this stuff. And I find it fascinating and worrisome a little bit that he had sort of an acrimonious parting with Phil Hartman, which I don't think they got into enough. I don't know why that happened. And they were magic together.
Over SNL. Because Phil Hartman got SNL.
Is that really what the whole thing was?
He left Playhouse to do SNL.
That's so.
And that seems
sad.
to be the whole thing. Where then, in spite of that, Pee Wee didn't give him any writing credit or anything or creation on Playhouse.
Yeah, that seems. Well, you're looking at a complicated guy. So I mean, maybe that's what stuck in his craw. But they told the story about him, Pee Wee, of course, Paul Reubens, and Phil Hartman, and a third writer. They actually bought a book on how to write a screenplay. And that's how they wrote Pee Wee's Big Adventure. It is textbook, a perfect movie in 3 acts. And then you've got that structure and you add in just the Pee Wee touches, like the huge dinosaur or Large Marge, which comes out of nowhere. By the way, I saw her as an extra in Airport 74, Large Marge.
I've seen her in a few things as extras as well.
Yeah.
And then to get Tim Burton at that point.
Yeah.
It was like the perfect director for that movie.
And the third piece in the puzzle is Danny Elfman's music.
Yes,
which is like what you would dream of a kid's sort of whole, this is what dreams sound like, or this is what my party sounds like. It's just I think the movie will continue to serve for many, many years. And I hadn't thought of this. So pad for 1 second. Okay.
All right, go ahead. I'm sure you're going to go grab a vinyl.
No.
Or you've got the collection of the Playhouse on your shelf over there.
No.
But the good news is it's all alphabetized. You'll find it real fast.
How about this autographed picture from my dad that he got me? Your pal Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, and that's from your pal.
Yeah, it's all in lowercase letters. but it does hang over my desk every day.
That's
He's
pretty
an
nice.
influence. Yeah, I
like
that.
it.
I had tickets to see him in a screening of Big Adventure and him doing a Q&A before COVID. And of course
Okay.
they canceled it and
Right.
then he died. So I never got a chance to see it, which is pretty tragic.
I
for me.
loved that during the interviews where he's doing this whole thing secretly knowing he's dying and he wants to
Yeah.
tell this story.
And that attitude
there's-
that he takes.
The attitude that he takes and a little bit of Pee-wee sneaking out of him trying to be serious.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Yeah.
almost to the point of annoying the director because he can't just answer a question seriously.
I think it's way beyond almost. I think he did annoy the director. And
I'm sure.
think there's no secret to how the story ends, but the way they reveal the ending, it really got me because it was like almost like the reveal at an end of a mystery movie. You have all the stuff and all the ingredients leading up and you don't know how it's going to come together. And he does something, I think it's just a voicemail, but it really ties everything together.
Yeah, he recorded like himself on the camera, but he didn't point it at himself. He pointed it like the camera like out at the
Okay, yeah, because I
outside.
remembered it was just audio of him.
Yeah, because
but
he
it was
didn't put
just-
himself together.
It makes me, it's the kind of thing I've been a fan as long as I've known him, but it made me want to find more somehow.
It made me say, I need to show my kids Big Adventure.
Yeah, you do.
And then my wife said, no, he's a creep. So I got to get past that. She's never seen Big Adventure, and I keep telling her it's an amazing movie. So I got to figure that out.
It is so good, and it's good for kids of all ages. I mean,
Yes.
that sounds jive, but it's true. I went and saw it when I was 14. My dad was 40 or so, and
No,
we
and
still, and it was
And if
perfect.
there was a screening, like you mentioned, where they were going to do a Q&A and a screening, I'd go to that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I loved also seeing the older Paul Rubens doing talk shows, not as Pee-wee,
Yes.
to compare what he used to bring to talk shows. He would be the perfect talk show guest because he would show up with a bit or props or something like that.
That's why Letterman loved him. He was perfect
Yes.
for that.
Yeah. And then when he got to be a little older, a little more mature, he came on and you got to see an extraordinarily thoughtful and seemingly wise and very, very understanding student of comedy. And it comes,
Yeah.
I guess, from his upbringing, and he had so many talented friends and he was so beloved. I knew
And a
before he died.
drive.
Yeah. I
A
knew
drive
before
to
he
be
died.
amazing.
Before he died, I knew about the fact that he would text people all day on their birthdays.
Oh, yeah.
and I
that's
think that's
amazing.
the sweetest thing, isn't it? Wouldn't you
Yeah,
love
is
that?
Is that why you do the HBDs on Facebook? You take it out for
Sometimes.
Pee-wee?
Sometimes, yeah.
But-
if not the haircut, certainly that.
But I would love that he would, annoy you all day.
He was a lovely person, as many people say, but highly recommended. Watch both parts. And then I would say treat yourself. I know I've been issuing lots of things for you to watch this week, but do watch Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Even if you haven't seen it in a while or if you've never seen it, it's very rock solid.
Watch that over Roller Coaster.
No, watch them both. It'd be a great double feature. And then Josh, I have to choose. Do I want to watch my DVD of Roller Coaster, my Blu-ray of Roller Coaster that has Sense Around,
I can't
or the video? Now, you know that also King's Dominion released to collectors. Do you remember Pop-Up Video on VH1?
Yeah, VH1.
Yeah. They did a pop-up video version of Roller Coaster that they would run in the big theater with all facts about those, and I've got that too.
All right, maybe I'll check out Roller Coaster before Saturday. We'll see.
Roller Coaster is, and you know what? You don't even need to watch it to the end, except there's a great DJ and band sequence at Great America at the end. The first third of the movie is almost all King's Dominion.
Okay.
And it's so funny to watch because they had, like, instead of sidewalks, they had like gravel down. It's so primitive.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of fun to watch. So also, you get to see people for some reason going to an amusement park wearing a coat and tie.
Yeah, it's like the old baseball game
Exactly.
shots where no one's wearing the team colors. You're in work clothes.
You're in work clothes because you just snuck out of the office. All right, let's take a short break, do a commercial here. And we come back. We did something on the bonus show that some people found really, really great. Some people found annoying, but I think
I
even
loved it.
annoying to the fact that they were wanting to play along.
Yes.
It's called 3, 2, 1, Go. And we'll explain the
And-
rules when we come back. But
And
if you
I want to
haven't,
play.
yeah, If you haven't heard the bonus show, you should subscribe, by the way. Mike and I think so different. We can't match on anything. I'm curious to see if Josh and I do any better, because it would be really hard to do any worse. But that's what was crossing your mind when you were listening, right? Is that I can't believe how bad they are.
It's how bad you guys, I'd be like, all right, you guys are going to settle on this word, and you go in the opposite direction. So we'll have some fun with it.
We look forward to it. All right. So when we come back, I guess I can do this. Yeah. We'll do the 3, 2, 1 game. And also, I have some beautiful videos. So I'm really glad you guys showed up today. It is the 12-hour early. We're doing our morning show at night special. I'm going to call it a Josh-tacular. You just shook your head.
It's better than Strokastania or whatever you had in that ad the other day.
Oh, Schroker Baton in
yeah, whatever.
All right. Listen, I hate bugs. Don't like them. No, sir. Not one bit. I used to battle ants in my house, and it was all summer long. And you get to the point where you just have to resign yourself to it, and it sucks because bugs are gross. So I get this Pesty, and it's amazing. It comes with everything you need. You put in where you live, what kind of bugs you're dealing with, your weather, just a few questions, and they will send you a customized spray pack for your home. And it comes with a rechargeable, I'll just call it a squirt gun, but it's for putting the poison down. It's so much fun. I did my whole house. Yeah, a sprayer, squirt gun. I did my whole house in 10 minutes. That's what it took. And you know what? No bugs this year. And if you're thinking, oh, this is too expensive. No, other pest companies are expensive. They're the ones that charge like $800 a year. You start at $35 a treatment with Pesty. That's why Pesty is the bestie. I did write that. Now is the time to protect your home from bugs with Pesty. Go to pesty.com/TMOS for an extra 10% off your order. That's pestie.com/TMOS for an extra 10% off. And thank you to Pesty, who have been with us for a long time. We certainly do appreciate it. Now, the game is this way, and I don't know how well we described it originally, but I'll try again. At the count of 3, well, I'll run this element, of course.
3, 2, 1.
So when the explosion goes on the first round, Josh and I will say random words, just anything. Okay. And then on the second time we play it, we have to try to think of a word that connects the 2 words we said. So every time you try to match. So just as an example, like if I said telephone and Josh said microwave, the common thing could be buttons because they both have buttons.
Yes.
So we have to go through it as many times as we can
to land
try
on the
and
same
say
word.
the same thing.
So if we both said buttons, we win.
We win. Well, actually, everybody wins.
True.
And the fun thing about this is that you can start with something like telephone, and before you know it, you're saying something like bookshelf because you're just totally wrong. All right. Are you ready to begin? I will play the sounder, and on the explosion, we will each say a word. Okay?
Yep.
All right.
Go.
You have your word?
I've got my word.
Awesome. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Beehive.
Baseball.
Okay. You said baseball. I said beehive. Okay. They're pretty distant.
All right.
All right. Let's go again.
3, 2, 1.
Sting.
Stick.
We matched 3 letters.
What did you say?
Sting.
Oh, I thought you said stick.
No. You said
Because I was
stick.
thinking of knocking it down.
Well, yeah, and I was thinking of them being, sometimes you see the Hornets at like a big nest in a stadium. So now
right.
we've got
Sting
stick
and stick.
and sting. Okay. Give me a second.
Oh, did we run into an end?
No, not at all. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Hit.
Ointment.
I said hit. You said ointment. I was thinking, hitting it down because we use a stick.
But you weren't playing off Sting.
Well, you're right. So we're on ointment now. Okay.
All right.
Here we go.
Wait, so what are you on?
3.
Was that? Oh, it was.
I said ointment.
I said sting. No, what did I say?
You said hit.
Hit. Because you're going to hit the nest down.
All right.
Okay. So hit and ointment. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Band-Aid.
Benadryl.
All right, we're narrowing this
Benadryl
down.
and Band-Aid. We're close. We're very, very close. Okay. Oh, I think we're going to get this time. I think we're going to get it. Ready? Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Itchy.
Rash.
Itchy and rash is very close.
We're getting close.
We are very close. Itchy and rash.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Antihistamine. What did you say?
Red. It gets all
It
red.
gets red when you scratch it. It does. But you also want to get an antihistamine.
All right, I've got it here.
Okay, you do have the solution here?
Yeah,
We're
I've got
going
the
on
solution.
red. We're going on red. Okay.
Well, and whatever you
Antihistamine.
said.
Yeah, antihistamine. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Allergy.
Skin.
And I said allergy. See, it's not as easy as you
It-
thought,
no,
is it?
it's very hard.
Do you think it's the problem is me?
No, I think the problem is the game. I think it's
a
not
great
made to
game.
be easy.
It's a great game. It is. Okay. So we had antihistamine and what was yours?
No.
Red?
I had red and you had
I think it was antihistamine.
no. That's what you had before.
I'm horrible at hosting this because
All right.
I'm thinking too hard.
Well, stick with antihistamine.
Okay.
Red. All right.
I got it. Okay, ready? Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Bumps.
There we go.
Yes!
We got it.
That was
See,
fantastic.
that didn't take too long.
So- and because of that, I don't have a stinger except for this one.
Yeah, we need some new AI music.
Do you want to try it one more time?
All
Or
right,
is it going to
let's-
make people want to jump out of a building?
Let's do it one more time. I don't see a lot of excitement in the chat for this game,
Well,
but I'm glad we got
Mark says yay.
it. All right, there we go.
And
Yay.
two people said skin.
Yeah, because skin was the proper answer, and you went in some weird direction.
I can't, you know what? I am as God made me. All right,
All
here
right.
we go. You got a new one?
Yeah, I got a new one.
Okay, is it great?
No.
Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Lamp.
Hat.
Okay, I said lamp.
And I said hat.
Hat. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I got it. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Lampshade.
Shade.
Because it's
Yeah,
like a
we got
hat.
that.
You
yeah,
said
and
shade?
I said shade.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
we're
we got
brilliant.
it.
Oh
See?
my God.
Wait, I knew I'd be better than Mike.
But he would
That was
just
an
say
easy
it's
one.
a stupid game.
It doesn't matter if it's a stupid game. You know how many stupid games are fun?
Yeah, you're right. Let's do one more. Okay.
All right.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah. Let me hold on. Give me a minute.
Okay.
All right, I've got one.
Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Scissors.
Stove.
Okay, scissors and stove. Scissors and stove. Okay, here we are.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Knife.
Kitchen.
Okay, kitchen and knife.
All right.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Cut.
Block.
Oh, I almost said block. I
What
almost
did you
said
say?
it. I said cut. I used a
Oh.
verb. Okay, so we have
All right.
cut and block. All
Okay.
right, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Slice.
Board.
Oh, cutting board.
Oh.
And I said slice. Okay.
All right.
All right. Where do we go from here? All right.
3, 2, 1.
Vegetables. Hey, see, we got this. We got this game down.
This is great. By the way, this game is not called Stump the Mimic.
No,
It is called 3, 2, 1 something.
Same.
3, 2, 1
1,
boom, I
same.
called it. Yeah, 3, 2, 1 same. Okay. Do we dare to go one more?
I don't know. Can we do any better than that?
No, that was pretty good. Let's do one more. Just one more.
All
All right. All right, here we
All
go.
right, we'll do one more.
Andrew Inches says, I love Stump the Mimic. Well, thank you, but that's not this game.
That's as much of Stump the Mimic as you're going to get tonight.
That's right. Maybe we'll close with the full theme song. All right, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Credit card.
VCR.
Okay, credit card and VCR.
You know, this game will be perfect for the cruise.
It will.
Everyone can just do this in person.
They can go back to their rooms and do it themselves.
Yes, exactly. All right, so VCR and credit card.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
3.
I got
Oh,
it.
here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Pay-per-view.
Tape. Oh, okay. Okay. So pay-per-view and tape. Okay. I got it.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Rewind.
DVR.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. Rewind and DVR.
DVR. Okay. Okay. Hold on.
3, 2, 1.
Record.
When you
I
said
told you we
record-
should have stopped.
You're right. You're exactly right.
All
okay.
right. So TiVo
and record.
and record.
Okay. I've got this.
All
If
right.
you don't match, it's not
I've
my
got
fault.
this too.
Okay, good. Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Delete.
Live.
Live?
What'd you say? Delete?
Delete. You can
No,
do
the
that.
TiVo, you record live TV.
Yeah, but then you delete it when you're done with it.
Yeah, that's the next step. All right. So
I
live,
told you I had it.
All right. Live and delete.
Live and delete. Give me a second. This is getting okay. Okay. I think I've got it.
3,
Okay.
2, 1.
Remote
Save.
control. You
All
hit
right.
save
Yeah, save. Because you don't
Save.
want to delete it.
and remote control.
All right.
All right.
Remote control and
All right.
save.
I'm going to tell you this. On this next one, did you have a TiVo system?
I did have a TiVo.
Okay. Think of TiVo. All right. That's my only hint.
3, 2, 1.
Thumbs up.
Find.
Because on TiVo, you would have to do a
Yes.
thumbs up if you liked it.
Okay. And see, I was thinking the button to find the remote.
Oh, okay. So thumbs
And I
up and
had a
fun.
little button where the remote would make music.
We are further now than when we started.
Right. Find and thumbs up.
Right. Find and thumbs up. Okay. I'll try.
3, 2, 1.
Batteries. What did you say?
Like.
Like? Well, batteries are likable.
All right. Like
And batteries.
and batteries.
Okay.
3,
All right. All right.
2, 1.
Double A.
Charger. All right. You're staying on batteries, and I went with something that's like a battery.
Yeah, well, it's a battery
All right.
accoutrement. So
We
battery and
I knew we did
charger.
this one too many times.
Yeah, well, I like to push my luck.
All right.
I think I have
All
the
right.
solution.
Double A batteries. And what did I say? Charger?
Charger, yeah. Okay, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Nikon.
Remote control.
You've already said remote control, haven't you?
Oh no, that's right. We had that earlier.
Yeah.
Or you did.
Well, let's go again.
Well, what did
then.
you say?
I said NiCad, rechargeable batteries.
Oh, I wouldn't have
No.
gotten that.
That's no good. Okay, batteries and charger.
Batteries and charger.
All right, here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Outlet.
Camera. Oh, outlet's much better. That's
Well, I
much better.
appreciate the fact that you did that.
I panicked.
There's no need to panic.
There is. Have you seen that countdown? 3, 2, 1?
It's just a game.
No.
It
You
is
have to say something as soon as she says 1.
I love the game. I love the element. Okay,
All right.
so it was
Camera and outlet.
camera and outlet. I think I've
Okay.
got this. I think you do too. Ready? Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
USB. Cord. No, I cheated. Cord is okay. USB
right.
is okay.
USB and cord.
Okay. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Cable.
Adapter. Because you need an adapter for both. You said
Yeah.
cable?
I said cable.
I think you've said that already.
No, I said cord before.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Okay. So now it's cable and USB.
And adapter.
Yeah. Cable and USB.
All right. I got it.
Okay. Ready? This is going to be great.
3, 2, 1.
White.
Hub. We were so good, and you
I
had
know.
to play one more time.
Yeah. You know what? I believe that concludes this round.
Yes.
Of
What was your word?
white. Because I was
White.
thinking of, the white card and the white charger for all Apple products. They're all white.
All right. Yeah,
You're
this
not
game's
buying
over.
it. Yeah,
No.
this game
round's-
is over.
This round's, everyone forget that round. Be impressed with the other ones that we nailed in like 2 words.
Yeah, do the thing on TiVo, like where you fast forward
Yeah, and then delete.
and then delete. It will be nobody's favorite. All right, we're going to step away, come back, we do have some beautiful video for you that I think you'll enjoy. Thank you for joining the show that records 12 hours before it airs. It's the Magic Tuesday Night Wednesday show, and we'll be back after this. White was horrible. I shouldn't have said that. But there is some pressure at play when you do it. That's the problem. You're right.
Yeah, that's it. It's panic.
True story. Soul and their beautiful nightcap gummies, and mostly their out of office sparkling THC beverages. My mother, bless her heart, she's trying to not drink as much wine. And she says, well, you're not drinking at all. What are you doing? And I said, well, I have these, and I called them to her very basically marijuana sodas. I have marijuana sodas, which sounds sort of like Minnesota, but it's not. And she said, well, what's with that? And I said, well, it's a beautiful, delicious raspberry lemonade soda that has some THC and CBD in it. And it will make you very happy. And she said, well, how do I get it? And I said, well, I have a couple. And she came over, and when she brought me my root beer Mike and Ike's, she got a 6 of the soda, and she had her best friend Lynn over to spend the night. And she said they both had it. And this is interesting. They served it over ice with a twist of lemon. She said it was delicious. And after she had one, she was telling something very important to her friend. And she stopped and said, what was I saying?
They are amazing.
They
if you
are
want to relax
sensational. Yes.
and turn off the night, they're perfect.
And she also said they had the best night's sleep that they've had in years. And that's, I know Soul wants us to talk about their gummies. Their gummies, their THC out of office gummies are great. But today I'm singing the song of the soda. You must try this stuff. And I didn't even mention the fact it's delicious. I keep them chilled in my fridge all the time. So you can hit the snooze button on crappy sleep, because this stuff helps you sleep too, and prepare for a great night. You can go to getsoul.com and use code TMOS. Had to walk my mom through this. 30% off your order. I said, just put the letters in. It works. 30% off your orders using TMOS code, and that's getsoul.com and code TMOS for 30% off. Now, I really can't sing their praises high enough. I love their stuff.
I took them on my Europe trip. They're amazing.
Are they better than lemon soda?
Yeah, they might be better than lemon soda. Yes, I enjoy them very much.
The effect is slower, but also good. Hey, time for...
Hey, I like that. Some beautiful video.
Jerry time.
WLS.
Makes it happen. WLS with the power of love.
I love the station WLS. That's the worst jingle they ever aired.
How old is that jingle?
Probably late 70s, early 80s.
So it sounds before I was born.
Yeah, well, it's...
That's how I judge things.
Okay, it's not a great
Or
jingle,
as,
but...
as the kids say, the late 1900s. Which makes you feel real old.
It does. Someone asked me today, they said, this seems a little janky. Do your kids use the word janky?
My kids do not use the word janky.
No, not even... Only if they're playing the Red Sox. Different.
No.
Okay. No. Hit rewind on your TiVo and don't favorite this. This is...
Hey, but thank you, Rolando.
Yes. Oh,
who
my
sent over a
gosh.
super chat for a turkey leg on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. That'll be part of the food tour. You can bet your ass. I know a little bit about sous vide cooking. Have you dabbled in it at all?
I've been intrigued.
Okay.
I've seen it. I've watched the videos. Which way you put the food in the bag and you boil the water.
Yeah, and it stays at a constant like 150 degrees, and then all you have to do is sear it, and the slow cooking makes it very tender. This was actually promoted and developed by the Howard Johnson's Corporation to make food easier to serve faster, but sous vide has become a thing that people do in the house. Now, I'm all for it, but I don't know about this guy. He had a class, and his idea was to teach his kids how to make a steak in a dishwasher.
Okay.
Culinary class, how to make a dishwasher steak. We're gonna go for a 1-hour sous vide in the dishwasher. Run to the store while my steak's cooking. All right, time to check the dishwasher steak. All right, we're gonna take it and sear it. Some sea salt butter in the pan. Almost falling apart.
If
So
it's as
tender.
effective as this guy
After you
makes it
sous
seem,
vide,
it's a
always
great
pat
idea.
dry. We're gonna keep it together.
This guy must like
Flavor this
steak
up with a
pretty
little
well.
smoked mafia. Gives a beautiful crust. Look at this. I mean,
Okay.
that's how tender it is
So
from
sear
the
it.
dishwasher.
So
Just
sear
falling
it.
apart. I remember when there was no junior cut day. It was just senior cut day.
All right. I don't need to hear your
care.
issues.
Why did he put that clip into the video?
All right, ready for a flip?
I think
Ready
that he's
for a
at
flip?
school.
Look at this.
All right.
Look
I
at
have to
this.
admit that looks beautiful.
Beautiful.
It does.
Now, if we move forward, let's see him eat it a little
Dishwasher
bit.
steak. And this is about as good as it gets.
That's perfectly done. That's
Look
a
at that.
perfect
1
medium
hour
rare.
sous vide in the dishwasher. Show me a better cooked steak.
How long on the stove though? After.
Just long enough to sear it. Probably, I would say 5 minutes aside.
All right, I will not be trying that one though.
How come?
I don't know. It seems weird to cook in the dishwasher.
It does. It really does. And I was seeing if maybe I was, on my own thinking it's weird. I don't like the notion of it. I don't like it.
I don't know. I'll have to run it past my wife. She's very anti throw the Crocs in the dishwasher, and I think that's an amazing hack. I love that hack. I did that for my kids when they were little all the time.
Okay. Do you put other things? Have you ever
No.
put? I've seen people put baseball hats in there.
No, I've just done Crocs.
Okay.
And I don't do it with the dishes.
Good. Yeah.
When they're on
I've
their
also seen. I think it must have been on an HBO show when a young lady cleaned all her sex toys in the dishwasher.
Oh, I've heard that as well.
Mhm. So don't do that either. But if you do, make sure
Make
when
sure
they
you
come
sear
out,
it.
sear it. Exactly.
Yes.
Did you watch Breaking Bad?
I did watch Breaking Bad.
Okay. The lady who owns the Walter White house, no longer
Yes.
with a pizza on it.
Yeah, it's a new person now. They sold the house.
Right, but it's for sale again. And because of
Okay.
that, they're getting a lot of looky-loos come by. And you would think that if you're trying to sell a house and you own it, any sort of action like that would be great, right?
Well, as long as they're not throwing the pizzas on.
They're not throwing
That
pizzas.
had to be annoying.
But look at this friendly lady.
Because I'm not a Jack Mormon.
They've put up a
get 'em,
fence around
Joanne.
it, and she is squirting
Get 'em,
people with a
Joanne.
hose.
Have you seen anything else but Breaking Bad stuff since you've been here? You can take a picture from that corner. Do not get close. And no tripod, no nothing.
Why did
Just
she
quick
buy the
snap.
house?
Exactly. I
You
mean,
know
it's not
when you
like
buy
it was
that
a
house.
secret. Yeah.
And it's like this amazing, beautiful house.
No, it's very, very basic.
It's plain.
Yeah. So I don't like her.
And it had a reputation before her as the owner as people throwing pizzas on it. So she knew what she was in for.
I think she's asking like $3 million. I really hope she doesn't get it.
No, I hope someone sets it on fire. I
you
shouldn't say
see-
that into a microphone, but
Don't say that into a microphone.
all right.
Okay, on
I
the
don't
count
really
of
mean
3,
that.
we'll both say what we want. No, we won't. I love this AI. This is if stormtroopers from Star Wars, basically the first episode, episode 4,
I need to figure out this AI because this AI of fake bloggers
is great.
all over my TikTok.
Mhm.
Whether it's I get Bible characters constantly, and it's like, look, I'm Daniel, and I'm sitting in with these lions. None of them are going to touch me, thanks to God. And then the next one will be like Jesus hanging out on the cross, talking and blogging about how he's dying.
Boy, that vinegar sponge tasted
Yeah,
horrible.
exactly.
Oh,
So I
God.
need to figure out
I
how they're
would love
making
that.
these.
I'd like for you to do an AI blog or vlog for us. That way we wouldn't have to recap
Right.
the show.
Next
But
Wednesday.
I thought this was very funny. This is if stormtroopers, and fact be told, they're not very good at shooting. They're clumsy. Stormtroopers aren't the best.
I hate
but,
Star Wars.
But this is for another time. You're so young. This is if the stormtroopers had a vlog.
Boys, orders just came in from Vader's bitch ass, and me and Greg are headed to Endor. Forest mission, easy terrain, little recon work. Should be chill.
Okay, Greg, I'm telling you, I've seen like 5 of those little teddy bear looking things. One of them had a spear.
Well, guess they were real.
I thought you were joking.
We're gonna die in a tree hammock because of you, Greg. We got out! We got out! Greg chewed through the net like a psychopath, and now the teddy bears are chasing us. They're throwing things, Greg. Why are they so fast? Man, I hate my job.
They do a great job with these videos.
They really do.
You had the ape on the other day
yeah
on Tuesday. Same thing.
Yowie the ape that
Yes.
kept blowing things up. He was great. This poor school teacher, I want to side with her, but I can't. she just paid too much for something that a school teacher probably shouldn't have in the first place.
The original statement.
Linda Mathieson struggles with a shoulder issue. She went to a Peninsula vape store to purchase CBD relief gel to ease her pain. Receipts show the total for her items was $129.28.
Load it up.
Feeling generous yet short at the tall checkout stand, she left what she thought was a $5 tip.
He says, enter a tip. Well, when I did, there's no decimal point. So I'm like this on my tiptoes, and I pushed, I thought, which was only 2 zeros, ended up being 3 zeros. I said, wait, I want to delete this. And he said, I don't know how to delete it.
Instead of voiding the transaction, receipts show the clerk at San Bruno Exotic processed a tip for $5,000.
That seems a little much.
It's a bit much. But I don't understand why she called the news. You just call Chase or whoever your bank is.
Exactly. Well,
and you void the transaction and you're done.
Maybe she was high.
Why did they even make it a news story?
Well,
the news anchor should have told her, you just call your credit card company and void it.
I think that's probably the best way to handle it. But I just like the fact that the teachers are out at the vape shop tipping $5,000. Well, getting it done.
She's getting that CBD stuff, and it used to be a lot harder to get. You used to have to do that.
Let me tell her what to do. You call getsoul.com. Yes. That's what you do. No Correct. Tipping. They don't even allow tipping. So you couldn't even do it if you tried.
You buy Soul and then you tip us.
Yes, exactly. Let's close with this. I love it when anyone writes, this makes my brain hurt. And this is something that I never thought about doing before. Alphabetical order of the letters. You would think A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right?
Yes.
What this person did was took the spelling of the letters.
Oh, no.
And alphabetized them. And he
I don't know how to spell letters.
This is how he makes it. He makes it this far.
Letters of the alphabet in alphabetical order. A, H, R, B, D, W.
What?
I feel like my brain just broke.
How is H the second one? I don't.
Because the spelling of H is AITCH. If you were to spell it as a letter.
I didn't know you could spell letters.
It's all I do. I tell you what, on the count of 3, let's both say a letter. No, next time for sure. Josh, you're right. We played the game too long. That's it. We had our moment.
Yes, we did.
We stayed. I'll do this as a baseball thing. We played one season too many.
Hey, you know what? I know you're playing the
closing.
I know you're playing the closing music.
Should I kill it?
Kill it for a moment.
Yeah.
Because we do need to remind people that tomorrow's show is also at a different time. The Thursday show.
Oh, that's right. We're starting at 11 o'clock Eastern, right?
Since Michael's game is Thursday, can we tape later in the day? Yes, what time would you like? I'll check the times and get back to you ASAP. It will be a special Juneteenth episode. I think 11 a.m. is what we should shoot for taping 2. Works for me. Thanks, Josh. I'm on cardio. Not wrong. I'm in daddy-o. Dead-a-row, dead-a-row, dead-a-row. Smartphone my ass. Use your fingers, you need the exercise. Hardy hard, hard. I thought Rob on cardio is the next cocktail hour. I'm turning off my phone. Okay, 11 o'clock on Thursday. I will let the listeners know. Sounds good.
I am now obsessed with that.
That's beautiful.
I took other text message threads and put them through music. Of my dad and brother and I arguing about the Orioles.
That's
put
funny.
It to music. It's been great.
That's great. You know, I was actually, as I was posting the cake and cookies today, one of the things you can click on is a transcript. And I saw a transcript of all the stupid things that Katie and I say. And I think what I'm going to do in the near future is make a small script and then have other people be us and read exactly what we said.
That's fun.
That will absolutely make us look like morons.
Yeah, you can do a AI podcast where you put in host 1's audio and host 2's transcript,
Oh my
and
gosh,
it'll read it. That's what you should try with the
That's
script.
even better. That's even better. I wonder if I sound stupider in real life or generated by science. I think we all know the answer to that. Josh, thank you so much. We will
See you on
everybody.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday at 11 a.m. Take care. And, buy yourself a bonus show. You'll enjoy it. Oh, and check out my Rodney Dillard interview. But that's it. All right. Bye-bye.
Want more? Make sure you check out the Mike O'Mara Bonus Show. Get it at MikeO'MaraShow.com.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.